Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome back to some more Bomberman 64, The Second Attack. In this part, I should be taking on the first world level of the game. But before I do so, allow me to go over some of the basic mechanics of this game. Right now, I'm on the pause menu, and as you can see, there's an overall map showcasing what is on this level, and the red flashing bit is the part that I am currently on, which is the very first part of the level. But before I play the level, I want to show a few other things. I can actually exit this world and go straight to the level select, or the world select, whatever you want to call it. Now, there's not a whole lot for me to do right now, but you can see that as time goes on, I'll have access to more levels, more worlds, more options. There is one thing I can do right now besides just go to Lost Planet Alcatraz, and that's if I push the R button, I can go to the Merchant Ship Frontier. It's a shop. I can't buy anything in the shop because I don't have any money, and I can only get money for every time I complete a planet. So, the only thing I can really do right now is view some of these files. As you can see, I need some money to really do anything in this shop, but there is a free file in case you want to see what the first boss of this game looks like. So in case you want to see what his attacks look like before you actually get to him, you can. That's all you can do right now. You can play this level and get money, but the second you leave, nothing will save. You can only get money for every time you thoroughly complete a level. You can't just get money and quit. This game doesn't work like that. Anyway, let's get into the regular old details of the game. So this is still a Bomberman game, so Bomberman mechanics are still in it. If I bump into these enemies, I'll get stunned. If I set a bomb, I can hurt the enemies. As you can see, he has a little health bar every time he gets hurt, so the only way I can hurt him is with bombs. My little helper here, Pommy, cannot hurt him, he can only stun him, but my own bombs can hurt me, as is Bomberman tradition. So it's always best to stay out of the way of the bomb explosions. And as you might know, as is also Bomberman tradition, these bombs explode in cross shapes, and they'll get bigger every time I get certain power-ups. At the top of the screen, you can see all the different abilities that I have. I have 5 hearts, which means I can get hit 5 times. I have something that says level 2, and it looks like a flame behind it. And I have another thing that says level 1, and it looks like an energy capsule or something like that. So, what does that all mean? Well, the fire shows how big my explosion will be. And the energy capsule shows how many bombs I can sit down. Now, by default, all of these abilities will always start at 1. They can go as low as 0 and as high as 3. When it's at 0, I can still set down a bomb, but when it's at 3, I can set a maximum of 4 bombs. It's a lot of information to take in, but it'll make more sense as time goes on. It's very, very simple. Some bombs can be destroyed, other bombs can't. Different enemies act in different ways. So for example, this enemy can hurt me if he wants to hurt me. Different enemies take different amounts of hits, and different enemies will drop different items. It's as simple as that. And you have to figure out how to get from room to room. So in this room, it's not as simple as destroying all of the enemies as it was in the previous room. In this room, I have to do something else. How do I progress onward? Well, as you can see, there are some bars right there that are slightly broken. If I set a bomb in front of them, I can move onward to the next part of the game. So right here, Pom is going to tell me some stuff. It's a twisted underground sewer! The fire from your bombs will twist around! Yeah, anytime the text is in yellow, that means it's important text, and Pom is essentially telling me another main mechanic of this game. If I set a bomb near a slanted wall, the explosion will curl around that slant. So I'll demonstrate this in just a moment. This isn't really too useful in this game. There's only a few moments where this will actually be useful, and yeah, I mean, this is one of them, but you don't need to do this mechanic in order to progress onward with the game. Thank you, Pommy, for stunning him. Anyway, as you can see, the explosion slightly went around the curves and hit these little mouse enemies here. So there we go. Now, these mouse enemies are dropping all sorts of items. I'll explain what they do later. There's a lot of things I have to explain already. As is, you can already tell that I can increase my firepower, I can increase the amount of bombs I can sit down, and I can pick up food. Anyway, there's a ladder coming out of the pipe! Bomberman, go see what's there! You don't want to go? Is the water too dirty? Well, yeah, I mean, we are in a sewer. But of course, since it is a video game, you know that there's going to be more to it. Pommy knows the real reason Bomberman doesn't want to go. It's because Bomberman can't swim, right? Well, even if I could swim, I can't go through a current that's that strong, that's spewing out that much toxic waste, but whatever. Anyway. So, continuing on, there's all sorts of different mechanics in this game. I can lose health, my own bombs hurt me, different enemies can hurt me or stun me, different enemies drop different items, I can collect money if they so wish to drop it. So what does the food do? Well, the food doesn't help Bomberman, it helps Pommy. Now, Pommy cannot get hurt. At most, he can get stunned. If he ever falls off the stage, he'll just spawn back on top of me. It's not a big deal. Different foods will allow Pommy to turn into different creatures throughout the game, and I'll explain what these creatures do later on in the game. Now, that power-up that I just got, this allows me to kick bombs. Every level has that power-up on it, and that power-up is going to be extremely important. The ability of kicking bombs is one of the most important mechanics in this game, and you have to get a power-up in order to utilize it. If I push the R button, I can tell the bomb to stop. If I push the A button twice in a row, I can actually kick a bomb away. Or if I just walk up to one of my other bombs, I can continue to kick it as well. As you can see, I just got a power-up that allows my explosions to get bigger, and this power-up allows me to set more bombs. Useful stuff. Okay, so this room is interesting. You can wait for the enemies to fall down these pits, or you can destroy the machine and make it so that these pits can no longer appear. It's as simple as that. If you're a speedrunner, you might want to allow these pits to still be here. If you fall down them, you won't die immediately. You'll just be sent back to the previous room. It's not a big deal, but if you destroy this machine, you'll get a heart. Certain enemies and certain machines and boxes and whatever will always drop the same item, whereas other enemies, other boxes, other machines will always drop different items. That machine that I just destroyed will always drop a heart. Always. And these boxes here will always drop the same items. The one on the left will always drop a kick item. The one in the center will always drop this item called a remote control. And the one on the right will always drop a heart. What does the remote control do? Well, it allows me to determine when these bombs will explode. If I walk away and push the Z button, these bombs will go off whenever I like, or they'll stay put whenever I like. I can move around in circles for all I care. These bombs will not go off unless I push the Z button. Now, there are some exceptions to this rule, which will come up later, but for the time being, yeah, I can just set a bomb, leave it there for all I want, and push the Z button. Good stuff. I can kick bombs and push the Z button to have it explode midway through its movement. It's great stuff. There's a soft block way up there. How are you going to destroy it? I bet you could destroy it if you threw a bomb up there. So that's the next mechanic of this game, but let me go over kicking bombs once again real quickly. I could actually kick bombs across the room and have them destroy blocks, and throwing bombs will actually act a lot more similarly. So I just picked up a blue glove. That will give me the ability to throw bombs. Just like kicking bombs, I can't throw bombs, I can't kick bombs until I get those abilities. Throwing bombs and kicking bombs are similar, except throwing bombs allows me to get them to greater heights. I can throw a bomb up there if I want to, and I can always go back around later and pick up the item. Now, if I hold down the B button when I start picking up a bomb, I can create a big bomb, which will explode in a circular motion. I can also run around in circles while I'm growing a bomb, and the bomb will actually grow more quickly. I'm not being crazy about that. That's actually a mechanic in this game. If you spin around in circles while growing a bomb, it will get bigger. I can pick up a bomb and set it back down. I can pick up a bomb and throw it on top of another bomb and start stacking them, and then if I have a remote control, I can set them all to go off whenever I want. Basically, the three main mechanics you can get in this game are kicking bombs, throwing bombs, and remote control detonating bombs. It's great. However, this next part of the game will change things up quite a bit. So if you don't have everything you need, I advise getting everything you need and then come into this room, because things are about to get serious. What's that? Hey, Bomberman, do you think if we destroy that, the sewer water will stop?
I wouldn't count on that if I were you.
So yeah, I kind of already spoiled this boss by going to the shop, but this is the first boss of the game. This is Baelfael, the Master of Fire, and he'll definitely give you a menacing look. I guess, I don't know. The Crimson Flame, BHB Army Astral Knight, Baelfael. I am one of the BHB Army's 7 Astral Knights. Don't worry, this will make sense later, I promise. The Crimson Flame, Baelfael. I was told the Firestone was here. I didn't expect to find escaped prisoners. Our leader, Rukafilth, has commanded that we find all the elemental stones. Hand over your Firestone now. If you do, you can leave here alive. Uh-oh, he looks tough. What are you going to do, Bomberman? Should we give it to him? Bomberman's going to fight? 2-on-1's not really fair, so Pommy will watch from over there. But Pommy's not scared. Ha! I would expect no less from a fellow warrior. But before we battle... Ha! Okay, so before every boss fight, my remote control ability will be disabled. I have no control over when my bombs will explode. It's like I just started the level again. I still have all my other abilities like throwing and kicking bombs, but I cannot manually detonate them. Anyway, now then, my enemy, let's see which of us is stronger, my flame or your bombs.
Prepare to lose!
So this is Baelfael. He is the master of fire. He's not too difficult of a boss, considering he is the first boss of the game. Now, there are a few things I'd like to explain about boss fights, though. In boss fights, Pommy will not help you. He never will, okay? You gotta do these boss fights all on your own. Similarly, you do not want to fall off the side of this stage. If you do, you will drown, you will die immediately. Now, Baelfael has the ability to kick my bombs away, but if I make giant bombs, there's nothing he can do about it. Neither myself nor himself can manually move a giant bomb. He can blow it up with his attacks, but if the explosion hits him, he loses. In order to defeat Baelfael, you have to hit him 5 times. Each of his attacks will deal 1 heart damage to you. Later bosses in the game will have attacks that deal several hearts worth of damage. Tough stuff. Now, he's not necessarily the toughest boss in the game, but he doesn't really have a specific attack pattern. He kind of just does whatever he pleases. As you can see, he's kicking all my bombs around. So that's why I strongly advise getting a giant bomb, throwing it at him, stunning him, and then setting another bomb next to him. That's generally what I find to be the best solution. Anyway, I also mentioned that remote control is disabled for boss fights. That is true. Even though I just got the remote control ability, any boss in this game will always disable my remote control ability. But even so, it's an easy enough boss fight. Hit him 5 times, he loses, Pommy will come back from out of the corner, and the story will continue. Hooray! We did it, Bomberman! Pommy's cheering helped a lot, didn't it? Wah! Bomberman's angry! Enjoy your victory while you can. Other knights more powerful than I are waiting for you. They won't give up as long as you hold that firestone. You'll see. We'll meet again beyond the veil! Looks like the name of the people who kidnapped us is the BHB Army. I wonder if there's more people to fight like this guy. Is Bomberman strong enough to beat them all? Yippee! Now, let's destroy that machine so we can get out of here. Actually, I'm going to destroy that machine in the next part because that's about it for this part. I beat the first boss, I showed all of the main mechanics of the game, and a lot of story stuff has already been pounded into this part. That's a lot of stuff that hopefully I can elaborate more on in the next part. For now, that wraps up this part of Bomberman 64, The Second Attack, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please do not forget to check out the playlist links in the description, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh! Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed the video, then please consider checking out one of my other videos. On the screen right now, there are various videos and annotations. If you click on one, you'll be redirected to one of my other videos. I post new content every single day, so there's bound to be something that'll catch your interest. And hey, if you want to continue supporting me, then please subscribe to my channel so that you can stay up to date with all of my latest videos and announcements. It's free, and it really helps me out. Also, I have a Twitter account. I usually post announcements there, so if you want to know what my upcoming plans are, then I strongly advise that you check that out as well. Anyway, thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you around in the future. Bye-bye, humans! Whoosh!